Welcome back to Steel Horse. I have something very special for you today, especially for all you veterans. You know, we cover a lot of rides that cover veterans and military, and I'm here with Silouan Green to tell us all about this amazing radio show that you've got going on.
Good to be here, Steve.
Now, Silouan, I met you a few weeks back, and you have an interesting story to tell and a fantastic radio show.
Some might say it's interesting.
It is. It's quite interesting. You know, a lot of the Steel Horse followers are veterans and military. Let's start off with, tell me a little bit about your history and what's got you to this point.
Well, I was excited to be on your show because in the mid-90s, it was just a training accident. I was in a jet crash when I was in the Marine Corps. I was just in flight school, and we were out in Oceana, Virginia, and the jet caught on fire, taking off for the runway, and I had to eject about 10 or 15 feet off the ground, and I broke my back, and the guy I was flying with, my instructor, was killed, and it kind of just set a whole bunch of events in motion where my life kind of fell apart. Physically, I was beat up, and I ended up getting disability discharged from the Marines. I like to tell people I actually got better on the back of a motorcycle. The day I got discharged, I had sold everything I owned in like a garage sale, and the last thing I had was this red Porsche. And I remember driving to admin to get my disability discharge papers, my DD-214, and I picked those up and I drove to this motorcycle shop, and this flight surgeon met me there, and he paid me cash for my car, and then I walked in, bought a motorcycle, and I rode for probably on and off the next 2 years. But you know, that really is what led me to where I am today, from the work I do to my family to really almost everything good in my life came from the people that I met and the places that I saw on that motorcycle trip.
Now tell me about your radio show.
Okay, you know, especially I do a lot of work now with troops and with veterans all over the country. And one thing that became really apparent to me traveling around is a lot of these young men serving today, you know, they join the armed forces really to kind of find family, to find their identity, to find a purpose. And when they get done, when they get discharged, whether they just, you know, their service ended or they got hurt, a lot of them don't really know where they want to go, what community they want to be part of. You know, it's not like 50 years ago. You know, you were saying you find this old family store that's been around for years. You know, people don't really go back to their little small hometown much anymore. But there's not a shortage of people, I think, that want to help vets. You know, there's plenty of groups like yours that do vet rides, that want to help vets, but how do you connect them all? And I realized that, you know, a media like radio is a great way to get the word out, to just share stories, to share resources, to just let veterans know, hey, you're not alone out there. And I just want to encourage, you know, anyone watching, you know, get involved with the kind of groups and the rides that you support, because I'm telling you, you know, there's no better place to be than on the back of a motorcycle with a bunch of people, even if they're strangers, and you're just out there and you're with nature. You know, you're smelling the smells and you're seeing sights, and you know, you just kind of going at your own pace. I mean, there's no greater place to be to clear your head, whether you're a vet or not a vet. So I think it's great what you're doing. It's a real honor to be on your show today.
Well, you know, most people think that you have to seek wealth.
Right.
But reality is you have to seek peace.
Right.
And I find my peace on the motorcycle.
That's right.
You know, and I think that's really cool. Now, the next thing I'd like to ask you is, you tell me when your show is on.
We're on Saturdays at 6 p.m. on Freedom 95.9, and they can also hear replays of the show 24/7 on our website, welcomehomeshow.com. And one thing that we do every week is I read a Medal of Honor story. And I don't just read it, I kind of explain what was going on and where the battle was and what he was doing. And we have those actually separate. So you don't have to listen to the whole show if you don't want. We have all the Medal of Honor stories laid out, and they're about 3 or 4 minutes long. So go to welcomehomeshow.com to check that out.
And also, you've written a book?
Yeah, I've got a book and a program called The Ladder Up that actually helps veterans and really anyone just kind of going through a life transition. They've undergone a lot of trauma. They're trying to figure out, what am I going to do next with life? And that's why I do a lot of traveling around the country. But to learn more about that and really everything I'm doing, they can go to my website, which is silouan.com, silouan.com, and you can learn about my book, my music, the Ladder Up, the work we're doing here on the radio show, my travels, all kinds of stuff.
You know, we need more people like you and more people like you out there supporting these veterans and our military.
I'm with Richard, the organizer of the ride home. Richard, what's this ride all about and how'd you get involved?
Well, today the ride we've come out for today is to benefit the Path Home, which is a outreach program for veterans. It's run by the local VFW here in Brownsburg. Rob Lewinbrink is the kind of heads up that program. It's basically veterans helping veterans, and I got involved with it being a member of the ALR 331 here in Brownsburg. We've taken that on as one of our signature rides, help get that program going and up and going. This year is our first year for this ride, and so far we've had a good turnout and expect to have a lot more people and some good weather.
Tell me about the Blue Star Salute, how it got going.
The Indiana Blue Star Salute started, this is our 6th year. It started at the Avon American Legion post, just as a small group of veterans getting together. You see advertised all the time that they're showing tribute to our soldiers overseas, fighting for our freedom. The people that they leave home, their families, they kind of get put in the back. So what we've done is dedicated one day a year to pay tribute to the families that are left behind. The big event out at Stout Field, that'll start today. With the arrival of the Ride for the Salute, we put the Ride for the Salute together. The first year, we only had 27 motorcycles. The riders from the Avon American Legion were out there, and just in the years since then, it's just grown to the size it is now. Last year we had 800 bikes. This year I'm hoping to double that. Hopefully the weather holds up so we can do that.
This week's Indy Powder Coating Bike of the Week belongs to Laura Littleton. I'll tell you what, your bike's pink.
Yes, it is.
You like pink?
No.
Tell me about your bike.
It's a 2002 Kawasaki 750. Love it, love it. The paint job was done by a family friend of mine last year, and then this year I just had the seat done, and I'm still working on it.
You're going to have the saddlebags pink too?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I was waiting for the guy. He says he's coming up on this ride, so I'm going to talk to him about a little bit more work I want done.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a pretty cool bike, and everybody can see you coming down the road.
Yes, they do. I have little girls that hang out of the car at a stop sign or something. They'll go, "I love your Barbie bike." I didn't quite see it like that, but I was like, "Yeah, thank you."
Do you have a pink car?
I don't yet.
Yet. Well, take care of your bike. It's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Leading up to the Red Bull Indianapolis MotoGP, we have Donald Davidson, the historian for Indianapolis Motor Speedway, to give us some trivia questions. So let's check out this week's Leidendorf Law trivia questions.
MotoGP's Red Bull Indianapolis Grand Prix was held for the first time in 2008. Who was the winner? We'll have the answer when Steel Horse returns.
Indy powder coating has been the top choice of racers and custom car and bike builders for over 14 years. Go where the pros go for all your refinishing needs. Located on Indy's west side, so stop in, call, or check us out online for your free custom quote. Get yours at Indianapolis Southside Harley Davidson.
The motorcycle event in the USA is getting even bigger and better at Indy. Exciting new fun will join the 200-mile-per-hour gravity-defying action during the Red Bull Indianapolis GP on August 26th through the 28th. Party until 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday night on Main Street inside IMS with live music, leather and lace, V-twin service area, and much more. Tickets are just $10 Friday and $20 Saturday, with race day tickets starting at $40. Kids 12 and under are free. Visit imstix.com to get your tickets today.
Welcome back to Steel Horse. The answer to the question, who won the first MotoGP race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 2008, was, in the rain, Valentino Rossi.
Thanks, Donald. Be sure to mark your calendar for the 4th annual Red Bull Indianapolis MotoGP. But between now and then, you can find other events on the second installment of the Southside Harley-Davidson calendar.
Well, that'll do it for this week's 4th of July edition of Steel Horse.
Be sure to join us at our bike nights, Wednesday at the Brickyard Crossing and Thursday at Longacre. Ride, drive, walk, or crawl, just be there. Bike night goes on.
Be there. If you missed any part of today's show, you can catch us also on Comcast On Demand and the Steel Horse YouTube channel, and of course on Facebook and the SteelHorseTV.com. Steel Horse has been brought to you by Leidendorf Law with over 60 years of experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases, and by Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson, your Central Indiana Harley dealer since 1947.
Closed captioning provided by Abate of Indiana, preserving motorcycling for future generations. If it involves motorcycles, it involves Abate of Indiana.